Hi, I'm Lauren from the dandelionproject.us. Today I wanted to talk with you for a few minutes about how we support our unschooling, self-directing children in managing their own screen time in our home. There's a big ongoing conversation in the unschooling, self-directing community about how much or how little adult caregivers should involve themselves in helping children manage screen time. I think on one end of that conversation is the position that the adult caregiver should decide on the limit per day or week, and that the child should adhere to that limit. And on the other end is the belief that unfettered screen access will teach children all they need to know about managing their own screen time. Because our family has two older children who interact with screens very differently, neither of those positions felt exactly appropriate. So in determining how to support our children around screens, we paused and reflected on what our long-term goals are for them and their screen use. And we concluded that our goals are that our children use screens in a way that helps them fulfill their goals, their learning interests, their pastime, that they use screens for pleasure, for interacting and communicating, and overall that they use screens in a way that feels good to them and useful and doesn't interfere with other needs being met. In our home, one of our children was having a really hard time, she's 6 years old, identifying other needs that she was having when she was using screens. So that really pushed us to think about how to support her in meeting that longer term goal. So we came up with this pie chart. And it's basically a circle for each child divided into 15-minute increments. The 15 minutes is just a time that we settled on. It could be really any increment of time. And so periodically throughout the day, I asked them to reflect on their screen use and if they'd like to come in and kind of log it here. And that is an opportunity for them to reflect on their body's cues, the needs that their body might be expressing to them that they haven't acknowledged or noticed. So if they're hungry or thirsty, tired. It's also a chance for them to look at our Set the Week calendar, which is a tool I talk about in another video and blog if you're interested. But here's where we log other interests. So when they pause to kind of note their screen time here, they might look at the other goals that they had for themselves that day and realize, hey, I wanted to transition to this, or I wanted to stay using screens however I was. There's no imposed value on this log. This is just a noticing tool so that they can check in and reflect on how they're spending their time. And for our 6-year-old, it has been very useful for her to take that pause. And often she's realizing that she needs to kind of pull out of this narrow view she was in and interact with her wider world to feel good and to interact with the people around her in a pleasant way where she gets good feedback too. So this has been a great tool for us in helping achieve the long-term goal of helping our kids manage their screen time use in a way that feels fulfilling and good to them. I hope that this tool feels useful to you and your family. Bye.